The Christ. There have been many rumors on the lost years of Christ. We hear stories when he was young, and then fast forward 30 years, we hear about his mission. Many people ask that question for thousands of years. The East has a particular soft spot for the Christ. Many of the following countries said he came out and spent some time learning about the sacred laws. Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, Tibet, and Egypt all have records and documents explaining the Christ coming and visiting for a period of time. Christ heard about the dragon's world and was quite fascinated by it. He heard the dragons and man lived in harmony for thousands of years. By now, over 2 million people live there. It was the most sophisticated city known to man, yet for the majority of people, it was a myth. Some of the high lamas in Tibet introduced Christ to Shambhala. It was in the Tibetan's backyard, yet it was so hidden you could never find the entrance if you weren't welcome. You see, still at that time, there were gangs of robbers and thieves. It was the Wild West, but it was the East. When Christ entered the grand complex, he couldn't believe what he saw. Dragons were flying in the sky, and he saw a vast modern city. In fact, it would make any city today pale in comparison. You see, this world combined the spiritual path and the practical path. Together, these were central cornerstones, kindness, and the golden rule existed all around. Love, kindness, and compassion were in the air. It was so strong, almost like a magnetic energy. You couldn't help but not feel it. Christ was overwhelmed. He saw a state of heaven on earth. He knew he was home. All the dragons and man welcomed him like a brother. They made him feel he was home. Many great banquets were held in his honor. Laughter and humor filled the air. The dragons and man introduced him to the great mystery school. He spent 10 years studying and learning. Mind you, the dragons have been there for over 5,000 years. They have an incredible amount of knowledge to share. This was the most evolved mystery school in the land. Imagine having a city over 2 million and having no crime. No police force or military. No greed nor war. Anger was gone thousands of years ago. You see, the universe is not angry. Man is. The universe is kind. All the dragons and man knew to be aware, moment by moment, the grand power of love. This love sustains the entire universe. Everyone wanted to be there. Everyone expressed the love in their own unique ways. You didn't have to look a certain way or have a particular lifestyle. All were accepted. All those man's negative ways was long ago forgotten. You could pray and meditate any way you like. Each person and dragon had their own particular ways. Tolerance in others was a way of life. The golden rule existed in every molecule of life. To be honest, Christ didn't want to leave. He was truly home. Yet he knew he had a mission to bring these same concepts to mankind. The world needs love and compassion. The world needs to find the jewel inside. During those years, Christ grew in leaps and bounds. He looked at his state of awareness when he came and when he left. There was a difference between night and day. Even the Son of God grows every day. Christ knew that you could never stop learning. Even the universe is continuing to expand and grow. As you know, Christ went back home to Israel and started his message. His main theme was the kingdom of heaven lies within. The Romans weren't quite open to that message. They were the rulers of the time. The Romans were quite ruthless and caused an incredible amount of violence throughout the land. The ultimate punishment was putting an innocent man on the cross. This was the dark ages of man. Fast forward today, we're in still the dark ages. Peace will come on this earth. The world should have been blown up by now. A new dawning has occurred. Man will discover his true nature. Man will find the jewel within. Mark my words, millions of people are waking up. The sunrise is occurring in man. Christ's message will never die. It is eternal. There is so much hope. Remember that the city of Shambhala is still alive. You can solve this great mystery by looking inside